I dreamed you paid your dues in Canada. You left me to come through.
Who?
Pastor Bill.
Who's he?
You know, he's the tall, blondish, reddish guy.
Mines don't recognize blonde.
So, any thoughts about this guy, Pastor Bill Senyard?
Who?
Bill Senyard, pastor of Life Church at 5 Points.
Oh, yeah, the guy, he's short, balding, dark hair, long beard, you know.
No.
And this is about some pastor guy that I'm supposed to know about? What?
Pastor Bill, he's...
Pastor Bill.
He preaches every Sunday. You don't remember him? You don't...
Oh, I usually sleep during the sermons anyway, so I don't know. I asked John, you know, what happened and stuff at church, but I usually sleep during it.
Okay, all right. So, what do you think of Pastor Bill?
Who?
Pastor Bill?
Is it
Pastor Bill Senyard?
Is it a TV show? One of those reality shows?
He'd like it to be, but...
America's Most Wanted? Was he on that?
He's the guy, like when we're done and we sit down and then he comes up, he starts, like he prays and then you start talking, the red hair and the beard. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, he plays guitar right there next to me, and then he starts talking. I mean, I'm usually like, I kind of start getting in and out, so I start to lose what he's saying. I don't really follow it too much.
I don't know. Is he like the guy that like talks a lot?
He does.
Pastor Bill. Pastor Bill. Pastor or Mister? That Mr. Bill, Mr. Bill.
It was a clay figure.
Oh.
Pastor Bill. The only Bill I know is Bill Clinton. That who you're talking about?
Pastor Bill? We have a Pastor Bill in our church?
Billy Ender?
Pastor Bill? I don't think I know him. Oh, actually, you know what? I think he's isn't he a used car salesman in Doylestown? In fact, I think he owes me money. I'm going to go have to see him about that.
Bill, you're actually on the session with him, so you probably have regular meetings?
Who knows that? You can't prove that. Can you?
What?
Kind of wish I'd gotten to know him. But I never associate with nerds.
Talking?
Oh, him!
Yeah.
Him, let me think. Do I have any fond memories of him? Fond memories? Yes, I think I can probably come up with one. I remember talking to him in the park one day. He came out in the park, he met me there, and I had some serious things to talk with him about, serious to me, and he made me feel loved. And I think that that's a very, very good thing, and I loved him for that.
I guess, you know, one of my favorite memories is meeting with him to discuss, I think, junior church, because it was a real need. Should have known then that as soon as you mention something and suggest it, that means you get to do it. So anyway, but yes. You know, I like the fact that he, you know, includes women in most of the ministries here. So I like that about him.
Good. Any favorite memories of Pastor Bill?
Jambalaya is always good. Makes me think of his sermons. I'm not going to tell you why.
My favorite memory of Pastor Bill is when we first met him. We first met at a Third Federal Bank playhouse, and so that was our first meeting with him and Eunice, and that was the best memory of just becoming friends and running into town with them, and so that's my favorite memories when we first met them, and we were so excited to meet some nice people there.
Oh,
I think his laugh, especially when we're all confused. Or his laugh when he just delivers some really painfully good news about the gospel and laughs and we're all like, what? Really? Are you serious? I think I'll remember that.
Can you do his laugh?
Right? It's good, right? That's it. I'm sure wherever you guys go, you will be encouraging and ministering to everyone just as you have here at Peace Valley Community Church, New Life Church at 5 Points. So keep doing that. I'm sad to see you take that ministry somewhere else, but I guess it's a good feeling that now we're sharing your gifts with another church. So I guess I would hope that would continue.
It's been a pleasure to minister with Pastor Bill here, a guy who has unique ability to recast the gospel for our hearts. If I had to think about Pastor Bill's strength, it's really the ability to take all of what we know about the Bible and our hearts and apply it in a way that is unexpected. So thank you for that. And it's been a great run, and you've been able to preach sermons that are PG-13, a sermon about poop, I believe. And what pastor can do that and get away with it? So it's been great. Thank you.
Well, I'll definitely miss you all. I'll miss Allie, definitely. But I think they're going to do great wherever they are, and so yeah, we'll really miss you.
Well, I do remember one of our first Sundays at the church. We were just kind of getting to know him, and were interested in attending the church. And I remember that there was a very provocative photo of 7 of 9 from the Star Trek series as part of his illustrations in his sermon. I don't remember what he was preaching about, but all I remember was a woman in a tight outfit. You know what? Sarah picked up on stuff before. I wouldn't even notice things like that, the photo things, and then Sarah would elbow me and be like, "What's with this pastor and the photos that he puts on?" I'd be like, "What are you talking about?" And she'd be like, "Well, didn't you notice that woman was scantily clad in that photo?" And I would be like, "I wasn't really paying attention. I was studying the Word of God."
We love you very much. We're really grateful for you. We really will miss your sermons and how much you prepared them, and your creativity and your love for the culture and not love for the culture.
My favorite memory of Pastor Bill is, first I want to, and I'll cry through it, so that's, never in my life have I had anyone who sat through the horror and mess of my own head and heart. He was determined to help me see the places that were closed off. And then one of my favorite memories of Bill is we would meet for coffee. He was making sure that he would get me in touch with my rage, and I was refusing. And it was a dance. And so one time, we always had coffee. I didn't get coffee, and he got really kind of eventually saying, "Well, why didn't you get coffee?" I was like, "I didn't feel like it." And he said, "Because I was going to take your coffee and dump it on you." I was like, "And you call yourself a pastor?" He's like, I'm not into that so much, but I wanted you to get in touch with your rage organically. And I love that my pastor was willing to dump hot coffee on my lap to risk me hating him so that I would see the hate that I was, eating myself up with. It's a precious and valuable thing to have someone love you enough to stand in your stinky places.